So today we're heading over to a neighborhood that I personally really love. We're heading down to Avalon Park. We're gonna go ahead and showcase the area a little bit and talk about what's there. Avalon Park being one of those that just simply does not get enough attention, which is really unfortunate because it has really a ton to offer. And I think maybe by the end of this video, you might feel that way too. So I hope you all stay tuned, check out everything to the end, and really let me know in the comments whether or not this really made your short list for areas to move to. So I think when most people drive through Avalon Park, especially when you come in through really what is their main entrance, and they have this beautiful kind of canopy that is like very mature and well grown. And the reason for that is this is a well-established neighborhood, a well-established area. It started in the late 90s, and when they were putting it together, the goal, a lot kind of similar to Baldwin Park or Celebration, and maybe a little bit even how Laureate Park is trying to come together. Pretty much, the focus is bringing people together, not having to, go far, drive far for, to go to restaurants or find a place to hang out. But yes, so obviously you can see that this is a well-established area. And one of the things that I think really stands out when people come through and often gets shown off is kind of like their little mini downtown, which has a bunch of shops, a bunch of dining. This downtown area really does tend to stand out for most people. I think if you're looking for like a walkable community where you can get to shops, you can get to a little bit of dining, and kind of have these cool little hangout spots, this is probably a decent option. And as far as the real estate goes, I think it was built very nice. It kind of reminds me of a Laureate Park that's from another generation. You can find all kinds of homes here, from your traditional single family home. You have plenty of townhomes. You have homes that have the rear loading garage as well, and townhomes that also do the same rear loading garage. And a lot of them are near kind of that downtown area, and they're close to many of the parks, many of the amenities. So you'll be able to see just a lot of that here in Avalon Park. Now, of course, I wanted to go ahead and hop over to the map first in order to show you exactly where this plays in reference to the greater Orlando area. Okay, so I wanted to hop on the map here and really show you exactly where Avalon Park is in reference to Orlando. So here we have downtown Orlando, and then right over here you have Avalon Park. Now the drive time to downtown Orlando is somewhere along the lines of 27 minutes to half an hour, depending on traffic. And what this really does show off is the fact that, the 408 is one of the main roadways that the residents of Avalon Park use. Another major roadway they use is the 417, which is one way you could get to Disney. And then you also have the 428, which really became available to them not too long ago through Innovation Way, this road right here. And that'll take you to the airport and to Disney World. So just to give you an idea of what kind of travel time you would have to Disney, you'd pretty much be looking somewhere along the lines of about 38 to 40 minutes. So it's not too bad of a drive. You're still relatively close. Now, as far as the airport goes, you'd be looking at about a 24-minute drive. Now let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what is in Avalon Park. So another reason people love Avalon Park is places like this right here. So you have this large green space with the amphitheater right there. And they just have a ton of community events out here. From 4th of July, Memorial Day. You think of it, if you look on their calendar, you can see that a lot of it really does take place in this green area right here. And one of the great things about this, just in general, is the fact that even without the community events, you can come out here and, just have any kind of get together, time at the park, flag football. You can think of it, you can probably do it out here. Within reason, of course, Another great thing is because it's such a well-established area, and one of my favorite things to really point out, especially on hot days like this, are all these great trees that are, all this great landscape that's well grown, that really just makes it so that you can enjoy, a beautiful sunny day also escape some of the heat with some of the shade that these great trees provide. And what's amazing about this, going back to that idea that this is a very walkable community, is that, I mean, we're not too far from any residence. So, you know, like right over, like behind me this way, just down that way, I mean, you have townhomes with the rear loading garages, all that stuff. Further down, you have single family homes. So again, you can get here easy on your bike, your scooter, going on a run. You'll end up here at this park. It's just a really great way to stay active, stay outdoors, and really enjoy some of the great weather that we have here. Now, before we move on, I just wanted to stop for one moment and just bring up the fact that if you're planning on moving to Orlando, whether it's Avalon Park or anywhere else, you know, the truth is that there is a ton of diversity when it comes to homes and neighborhoods, price points, everything. So, I mean, in order to really be able to dial in and figure out what would be a good place for you, please give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to learn all about what's got you moving into the Orlando metro area. Cool thing about Avalon Park is the fact that it has these little trails all throughout the community. You know, this is one of the spots that has a lot of shade, a lot of great mature trees, and you can see I'm walking through here, which is, you know, fantastic for the day. But also another neat thing about this particular park is that they actually have lights for nighttime, so you can actually come out here in the late evening after the sun has set, enjoy a nice stroll with a much nicer weather in the afternoon. And it's, again, walking distance. You know, it's right there. You can even see some of the real estate behind me. And again, that's one of the great advantages of these master plan communities. You know, they're built with a lot of intent, you know, a lot of the residents in mind, really to just kind of bring people together in these common spaces. And again, Avalon Park is no exception to that rule. You know, between the community events and just the proximity to your neighbors, I'd say that there is great opportunity, especially if you're coming in from out of town, to really connect with the local community. So right now, one of the main go-to spots for people that are living over here in Avalon Park, you just look at what they have here. I mean, they had just so many little offerings. I mean, I was recording right now and there were people outside just saying like, hey, I love this, I love that, here's what I love about this marketplace. And I mean, one of the things that they kept coming up is the fact of how it's just a chill hang area. You know, it has a really relaxed vibe. You can come out here and just enjoy some time with friends, family, enjoy some good food, some things that are just maybe not typical, not your fast food, not your typical chain restaurants. And again, it's not far from some of the real estate here. It's just a short walking distance from a lot of it. You can see right behind me. So I'm at Waterford Lakes Town Center, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away from Avalon Park. And this will be pretty much your go-to when it comes to the majority of your retail needs. So think about, you know, in terms of, you know, having a Target or anything else that sells clothes. You know, Kohl's is very popular here. You have plenty of chain restaurants that you're used to seeing, you know, across the US or even regionally. So that they do have that here, along with some other small businesses, and that goes for like retail and clothes, all that stuff too. So again, I mean, this is the spot pretty much where most people go. You also have, like, you know, for example, a Home Depot. I mean, again, you can just, if you think of it, odds are it's probably gonna be here. You know, it's a very well established area too, so, you know, tons of great spots to eat, plenty of shade, plenty of, you know, lots of mature landscape, all that stuff. So it's a well taken care of, very well groomed area that you can definitely take advantage of. And most residents in that area really do come here when it comes to a lot of their shopping. Now, obviously, you can go out further out, but I mean, this is what pretty much closest nearby, you know. So if you think about going back to school, kids going back to school, right, this will be kind of the area where you head to. So, you know, this is what you have available, and it is very close. Not many areas in Orlando have this kind of retail so close to where you live. Now, of course, as I mentioned before, the Avalon Park is not the closest community to Disney World. Now, if your goal is to live just minutes from Disney, then you're gonna wanna go ahead and check out this video here next.